Hey Ken, I wanted to put a quick video together walking you through these problems here. All right, so here's the first one you sent me. It's 3 times the third root. So 3 times the third root of 48. So here's what we know. We know 48 is 8 times 6, okay? So what that means is you can write this as 3 times the third root of 8 times 6. And what our rules of radicals tell us that we can do is we can break this up as 3 times the third root of 8 times the third root of 6. Well, look, 8 is 2 cubed. So the third root of 8 is just 2, because you get 2 times 2 times 2 gets you 8. So then the third root of 8 is just 2. So this is 3 times 2 times the third root of 6. And 3 times 2 is 6 times the third root of 6. And you can't simplify the third root of 6 anymore, okay? Because 6 is not a perfect cube, so we leave it like that. Here, this problem here, this is what we have. We have 2 times the square root of 24 times 5 over the square root of 4. Well, look, what you can do is you can take 2 times 5, that gets me 10. And then what your ultimate goal here is you want to simplify this. So what you can look at is you can say 24 is 4 times 6, okay? So this becomes the square root of 4 times the square root of 6 times, and then remember we already did 5 times 2 over there, 1 over the square root of 4. And like, look, what's the square root of 4? Square root of 4 is 2, okay? So this is 10 times 2 times the square root of 6 divided by, so instead of multiplying by 1 over the square root of 4, divided by the square root of 4, which is just 2. And then look, 2, they cancel, and you're left with 10 square roots of 6. And that's the final answer there. And then you're going to see, like here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to try to do the same thing here. Okay. So look, 24 is 6 times 4. Okay, so this is 5 times the square root of 6 times the square root of 4 plus 2 square roots of 3 plus 4 square roots of 6. Now we can't simplify the square root of 3 square root of 6 because they're not perfect squares. Well, square root of 4 is 2. And then 10 times 2 gets me 10 square roots of 6 plus 2 square roots of 3 plus 4 square roots of 6. And now look, 10 square roots of 6 plus 4 square roots of 6, because they have the same radical, you would go 10 plus 4 gets me 14 square roots of 6 plus 2 square roots of 3. And then you can't simplify anymore here. Okay, we're going to leave it just like that. I guess if you wanted to, you could actually factor out a 2, and you'd get 2 times 7 square roots of 6 plus square root of 3, but we'll leave it like this. Okay. All right, now let's look at the solving these inequality ones that you had here. Okay, so you have this. 3 times the absolute value of n minus 1 is greater than 9. All right, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to divide both sides by 3. So the 3's cancel. So you have the absolute value of n minus 1 is greater than 3. So with these absolute value inequalities, what happens is you actually have two answers. You have one solution is that n minus 1 is greater than 3, or you have another solution actually that n minus 1 is less than 3. All right. So you just got to remember when you have this absolute value, you have to solve greater than 3 and then also less than 3. So you add 1 to each side. Oh, I'm sorry, it's less than negative 3 here. Sorry about that. You got to add the negative sign there. My apologies. So you add the 1 here, and one solution is n is greater than 4. And then also when you add 1 here, you get one solution is n is less than negative 2. And just so that was the trick here. All right, so you have to solve this one here. Sorry about that. And look, if you take a number like, -5, right? Because -5 is less than -2. You get -5 minus 1, right over here, -5, which is -6. But when you take the absolute value, that's greater than 3. So you apply the same principle here. The absolute value of 2x plus 5 is less than or equal to 11. So you get one solution is that 2x plus 5 is less than or equal to 11. Or you have this other property that says 2x plus 5 has to be greater than or equal to 11. So you flip the sign and you make it negative here. So here just subtract 6. So here subtract 5. Sorry, I don't know why I wrote 6. Subtract 5. You get less than or equal to 6. Divide by 2. One solution is x is less than or equal to 3. Or the other solution you have here, when you subtract 5, and then divide by 2, another solution is x is greater than or equal to 8. So this is important here. When you solve this one here, you get two solutions. You get n is less than 4, or n is less than -2. Over here you get x is less than or equal to 3, or x is greater than or equal to -8. So, hopefully it helped me seeing these problems to you, and I'll also send you, attached to this video, my response to you. I will include my work here so that you can see it.